So often, I am like many single parents, particularly single mothers. So often, I'm bombarded with messages about how women can't raise men and the deficiencies and outcomes of fatherlessness. And I'm sitting in my home. My child is 1 years old. Um, He's enjoying, he's awake, happy, of course, enjoying some Miss Rachel. And I'm sitting here listening to something that triggered the fuck out of me. Like, triggered me to tears about listening to men talking about how they were raised by single moms and how that negatively impacted them. And the consensus over and over and over again is a woman can't raise a man, a woman can't teach a man to become a man. And so I think the reason why it's triggering for me is because my son is a 1 year old black boy, and I am sitting here contending with my own limitations and the fears of like my sweet baby who I believe and know is deserving of everything good, right? And I speak it over him. Goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, right? But then I'm also, I'm aware that I am a single person, raising a son. So this morning I was like, okay, well, let me look at mentorship. It's my baby's 1. It's too early. I don't know if there's a big brother or some of these other organizations start at this age, and we don't live near family, right? So we're lucky and blessed to have a great chosen family, but my son doesn't engage in person on a day like frequently with like seeing black men like his papa or his uncles because they don't live, we don't live near them. So part of me is like, damn, this conversation about fatherlessness is discouraging AF. Like, but I also don't want to not engage in truth. So, what is the balance? What is the balance between facing the facts, facing the realities, like um going into this with awareness of my own areas of improvement and limitations. Like, I feel like I should go into everything with that awareness, but also maintaining hope and confidence and faith and um, assurance, all these things. I really feel like sometimes we talk about this, and there are people, we talk about fatherlessness and how that impacts children, and we don't have any care, concern, gentleness, tact for the people who are currently raising children by themselves on how these conversations just impact us. How the weight of these conversations, all of that. And please understand that I understand that parenthood is weighty, but also words matter. And if the power of life and death truly lies in the tongue, I need y'all to get y'all tongues up off our households. And I know I'm sounding passionate about this because I am passionate about my kid. And I'm passionate about his outcomes. And I'm passionate about him being a functional, healthy, happy, whole, intact, lacking no essential part of him human who knows who he is and who's not performing for me, y'all, anyone else. Like, I want that for him. But I also have these fears, and these fears get um inflamed by some of the carelessness, or not even like lack of balance in these conversations. It's not like, it's so often about outcomes and not like But hey, we here now, right? Like it's that it's I rarely hear the conversation end with like, hey, we here now. That baby's here now. You partless. You don't have a partner. There's not a father in the home. So here's the next steps to take right now. Baby, he's banging on something. So I just I wish we could be more conscientious with our words. And I started to say, well, my situation is different because I didn't birth my child. No, 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 no. Let me tell you why I'm like, Lakeisha, that's a cop out. Because whether you birth a child or you foster a child or you adopt a child, whatever means that you arrive to parenthood, you made some choices, right? So I made some choices. I knew I was single when I became MJ's guardian. So part of the reality of what I'm contending with is that you make the best decision for MJ. Would it have been better for him to, would it had been better for him to be in foster care and maybe be adopted by a two-parent family that's not related to him? Like, was it so important to for him to stay with Ken? Like, these are things that, me as a mom, I have to contend with my child because my choices impact him, right? Bio mom's choices impact him. Bio father's absence impact him. So like, I really, as a parent, like the fear of messing up, of your child being hurt, harmed, like, lacking something, that shit is heavy. So we have to be more conscientious about the things that we say because that is triggering. It's triggering as fuck. And I may be a sensitive ass person, I won't deny that. But there are things that are worthy of being sensitive about, and your child has to be among them, chief among them, So and I know, like, I'm gonna finish this up, this thinking out loud um video with I'm gonna go take a shower because showers are a way that I calm down. I'm gonna use my tools that I learned in therapy from my therapist to ground myself and to combat the anxiety, because that's often what these conversations produce for a person like me who's looking at my 1-year-old child who right now is just a happy, growing, thriving boy. And I'm like, damn, my baby could be, like, he could be shot by the police. He could, go seeking something I can't give him because he doesn't have a father. Like, that shit is scary. That's scary, yo. Like, that's fear inducing. And I feel like so often we're reckless when we having these conversations because we talk about the dire stuff, but we do not insert any hope. And hope is necessary.